Let's continue with the series of videos for Power BI. Right now, we're going to continue with the Power Query topic. And now we're going to look information from internet, specifically from World Bank. Then we're going to type this, the World Development Indicators. And let's go to see the website. And now here we are going to click on this second option, the first one. And here we have this information. This website allows us to see the indicators throughout the world. So what we're going to do right now is this. To the left, here we have a database, and we're working with 82 available database. And then if we click here, we will choose the first option, the World Development Indicators. And this search is made by default. So just keep it there. And then if we open countries, we are working with 264 countries. And here we select all of them with this box. And we have here the countries. As long as you're filtering here to the right, you are registering your choices. Now let's see this series. And here we're going to search in P for total population. And here we will look for that option. And here it is, population total. Then we close series again. And now you see that series is also in green because we filtered that too. And here in time, we are going to select the last 5 years. We could start from 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, and 2016. But I'm going to select 2015 too, but I'm going to uncheck 2020 because maybe within some days I may find the information from 2020. So let's start selecting from 2015 up to 2019, these last 5 years. So I close the time option, and you see again that is also the these 3 filters are in green. So we leave all this. We just selected one choice from database, the World Development Indicators. And here in countries, we selected already the 264 countries, and concerning to the series, we were focusing on the population total. And then after, in time, we selected the last 5 years, and we are starting from 2015 up to 2019. Well, having said this, we're going to verify all the changes made to the right. And now it's loading this search. Okay, so here we have all that. Maybe it took a little longer. If it happens, just try to refresh the URL. And now to the right corner at the top, here we have opened the download options, and we are going to download it as an Excel file. Here you see you can also download it as a CSV or as a TXT file. I'm going to do it with an Excel file. And I'm going to choose the folder where I want to save all this information. And now I'm going to place this file here. So here, this will be number 5 to follow the same order. And here we have this. So that is the name. And save. So I have already saved the information. Now what I'm going to do is open the information, then click here and open the folder. where I can find it here, maybe here. Here is number 5. Then double click and I see that we have downloaded information from the World Bank. Well, so here we have the information. Here we're going to edit the information so that we can have them all. So we just highlight it all, then double click to see and read the information. So here we have the main cities, the main countries of the world, their acronyms. We have the series name. We are going to delete it in Power Query, and also we have a series code column and also the last 5 years that we selected. Remember, we started selecting from 2015 up to 2019. So notice here that the titles have some features that are not nice to see, and to see them, these ones, we put it into Power Query. And the information that is detailed here is not correct either, because I can't analyze it without this information. So now I am going to explain about that. And then here you see we have 265 rows. And here we have another file, another sheet that is completely useless. But the most important one is the data. Now, this information that I have here in Excel, as it is right now, is completely useless for me. And I'm going to show you why. For instance, if I try to perform a pivot table to analyze all this information, then I place the cursor within one of these cells of this table, and then go to Insert, and here I select this button that is called Pivot Table. And here it says it will open a new page, and I click OK. Then I see the information. For instance, let's open the city. Here I place it within these fields. Countries, there are many. And now I would like to see the information from 2015. And now you see it doesn't bring me the information from 2015. So it changes according to the amount. So here I have the amount last with 2016. Also it's bringing to me with some operations. And I have to do it the same for each of them. But what happens if I'm pulling out all the numeric information, the population of each country and something else, I really need to change all this, but I don't have any further analysis. So as you see, it basically is the same table as the previous one. I mean, talking about the columns. Why not? Because this table is not standardized, completely structured to be analyzed. So what should happen here is that these headings that you have at the top, this 2015 up to 2019, should be all together in one column only. And these values that you have here, which is the population of each country, should be in other words. So these 5 columns should be merged into one column only. So now I'm going to delete the whole sheet. I'm going to delete it. Okay, so now what could happen here, what may happen here, and so in order to analyze all the information, is opening a new sheet to simulate all that. And then I'm going to copy all the information related to this. Copy. And I'm going to paste it here. Let's say here. Well, here we have the information. We expand it a little more. And now the country is okay, no problem. The codes also. These 2 columns shouldn't be here, so we're going to delete them. So these years that we have here should be also, but in an additional column. So I'm going to insert here. So I'm going to type 5 times the country and also the name of the country. Here there should be years, and these years that you have here should be here in this position. I can do it easily with Ctrl C to a cell, and then here apply a special paste, and here I click on transpose. So what is inside a field, I can locate it. So the same will be if the population is okay. So now I'm okay. And here, this 5 that you see here, this Ctrl C should be here. So I'm going to put it on. And now I'm doing just with this, but I'm going to do it with somewhere else. Here, for instance, I transpose. So I delete all this. And I put this up. There. Good. So I have for Afghanistan only, but this would happen only with the other one. With the second option, that is Albania. For instance, here I can copy these titles with Ctrl C and paste it here, Ctrl V. The same way I highlighted so that I can have 4 more. And then I would have to do the same with the dates, the data, the years, but I can copy only the years. Just I'm going to copy the information related to the population. I'm going to paste it here. Special paste and transpose. So these are the same years, so just bring it here and ready. So I may separate it so that I don't have this information like this. I can do it, of course. So I'm going to use a function here that is left, a left function, then highlight this cell, so just pull out the information of 4 characters. Here it is. So I have it here, Ctrl C, and paste it here as value. So I don't need this information anymore. But the thing is that this procedure must be repeated with every row that I have from each country in Excel. And I can't do that with one by one. It will take me a lot of time to do that. I could do it also with macros, but the point is not to perform a macro with that. But Power BI will do that in seconds. And that's the purpose of this topic, working with Power BI, so that I can turn this information into well-structured information, standardized, ready to analyze. So I have to bring all this information to Power BI. So here, I'm going to delete this sheet. I just wanted to show you how could I do it from Excel, and it's not good. So I'm going to save the information here. So now let's go to Power BI. And here I close this introduction window, and I'm going to import the information. So I keep open the Excel file because I'll be way back and forth to see what we are cleaning from Power Query. So we're going to import the Excel file from here. I'm going to select the file. I'm going to look for the root where I am right now, where all these files I save. Here I have file number 5, that is related to the World Bank. Is uploading the information, and we are going to structure this information in Power Query. Here we have both sheets. We have the data and we have the other sheet. Now let's get back to Excel, and here is the series metadata. So the one that I need is data, the one that we have here. So I check this box to activate this button that is load or transform data. Since we need to clean up and structure, then we are going to click this transform data option to do it directly. So it's opening the Power Query and we'll start analyzing this information. First, let's analyze the information as it is right now. We have already seen the environment work of our query in the previous video, but now we're going to clean directly, and little by little we're going to learn about the functions and tools to clean, to structure and standardize this file. So I won't need this column, so I highlighted them or highlight them both. And I'm going to remove these columns. Also, this will be saved in applied steps. And this one was saved also here. Since this is doing the same, one step only is saved here. You will see before and the after procedure. So now what I'm going to do is standardize, structure the information, the procedure that we did in Excel of copy and paste, all that it took me a lot of time. You will see that it will happen here if we'll do it in seconds. So I move to the right, then press the Shift key, then I select the whole, the 5 columns with the Shift key. Now I do right click in any of these columns that are highlighted, and here I'm going to uplift columns. So this means annihilation of columns and dynamization. So now see that our procedure that took me a lot of time, here I made it in seconds. Basically almost 1 second. And now you see it's repeating the Afghanistan country 5 times. It placed it in the order of the years, and the numerical, the values that were in 5 rows are now in 5 rows. Not only for Afghanistan, also made it the same for Albania up to the last one. So now I don't have 264 or 65 rows that we had at the beginning. Now let's get back to Excel. Let's look for information. It was 265 rows. So these rows were reduced. So if I go to the calculator and multiply here 265 by 5 countries, then the information involves more than 1,300 rows. That's what the Power Query did. Analyzed the information and made all this procedure. You see the before and after. Before it was like this with 5 columns. And from these 5 columns, when we did the annihilation, dynamization of columns, happened this as a result. But better than this option to convert these columns, there's another one that is much better, and I'm going to explain you why. So now let's get back and delete this step that it was applied in the apply steps. So I'm going to delete it and now get back to the 5 columns. So now I'm going to do this, but in a different way. See, here I highlighted the countries and country codes columns, both columns with the Control key. then right click in one of them. And previously we tried this option that is pivot and pivot column. But now I'm going to try and pivot other columns, which means annulation and dynamization of other columns. So these columns that are selected won't be affected. So when I click here you will see it made almost the same, but this is better than the previous option, because in the future, when we have this information growing, for instance, let's say that we have information from 2019, but then we need to increase 2020, 21, and so on, year by year. Our analysis in Power BI will be automated by its own. But if we made it in the other way and we were adding information here, it wouldn't work. Then it may result in an error. We were going to verify this after finishing this step. Okay, so let's review here. So everything is standardized. Now, what I'm missing, we need to stay with 5 rows. So it increased from 265, now it has more than 300. That's why here in the lower part it says that there are only 4 columns and 999 rows. Remember that Power Query doesn't allow you to see all the columns or the rows. You are just allowed to see only 1000 rows. So another way to count the rows that I have here is very easy. If you go to the option transform, and while you are transforming it, there's an option that says count rows. And here you will see that you have a total 1320 rows. Then we omit this procedure, this step, because we just deleted from the applied steps. And now we already know that we have this amount of cells. And now what I need to do is to delete these little things that are next to the years. Remember that I did it in the Excel with the left function. Here I'm going to do the same. So I select to the tribute, and when it's tribute, going to pull out the first characters. So this is like the left function. In this window, I am ordering to select the 4 characters that belong to the 4 numbers of the year. And then click OK. And ready. So I clean it up already. Much easier and ready than it was in Excel. So now I'm going to type the headings of the years. Here I'm going to type also the population. And that's all. So we must confirm that this one has an ABC title. It's a cell as text. This one too, this is a text, but it doesn't belong here. Here is an option to find whole number. So I changed the name. I change, because I detected as ABC 1, 2, 3. Let's going to review the information. What happened? If I scroll down slowly and find the information, I will find that this is why. Because here in the row 63 was detected as text. Maybe we can find more information very alike, and that's why it says here ABC 1, 2, 3. And if we scroll down, then maybe you will find more information similar to this, and it detected as text. Here also you can see this. Up here is information here. Then in Power BI detected like this. So let's turn it into whole numbers. If we click here, okay, I click on whole number, and now it's fixed. But here it's within quotation marks. Now you see that all these headings are with this green bar. If I go to view, then see columns quality, I see that the quality it's very okay, valid at 100%, no errors, 0 entities. And also here, it's also good. Sometimes Power Query doesn't detect all the time the mistake. But if I go to export this information to Power BI, I might find the mistake. How? How can I prove that? Doing this, because I already know the data, but if I didn't, you couldn't detect the mistake. So now let's continue with the procedure of bringing it directly to Power BI. Remember that we have already cleaned up the whole information. There are the countries, the country codes, the years, and the population. And so here, the information is quite good. So let's type a title for this. Population in caps, the first one, capitalize first, and enter. So it changed here and here. Now, you see, when you change the name, the error or the mistake is detected. And now here is found immediately. The population has mistakes. If I get closer here to this red point, there is a mistake. So what does this mean? If I review over here carefully, there's a lot of information, obviously, but I can review that if I have the time. I will find maybe some mistakes. Here's the mistake, and here's the mistake. It's just highlighted like this. And it's saying that there were points found. What can I do with these mistakes then? Now you might see that I scroll down to review the mistakes. But if we're talking about thousands of data, you can't do that. To find out the mistakes, you just go to this area here, and you're going to obtain this option that says remove errors. As soon as I get closer, this option opens. Now this was in view in columns. So I go to click here and remove them, but I want to keep them to see which errors are found and if it's properly convenient to delete this. So with these 3 points, I open it and I select keep errors. So click there and I'm keeping the mistakes. So I can verify the mistakes here, and I see this doesn't belong to countries. So this doesn't belong to countries, I can delete them. So I can review that from here. This is not a country, as you may see, so I can delete it properly without any convenience. If I keep reviewing, scrolling up, here it is, here it is. This is not a country either, so I can delete that. But notice that I am uploading from Power BI like this. So this step made here, you need to discuss it, because if you don't, you need to delete them. Once again, I repeat, just get closer to this area, go to these 3 points that you have here, click and select keep errors. Or you can also do this with the right click here in this option. There must be an option that says keep errors. If it doesn't appear, then just go to home and keep errors. I can do that too. Okay, but just delete that step. So I'm going to delete all the errors and go closer and remove all the errors, or I just highlight the whole column, and here in remove, I click on remove errors. And that's all. And with this, I already deleted the errors, and you may see now that the bar is completely green. So I don't have any errors, 0 errors and 0 empties. So this information is completely clean. So once I finish this, I get back to home and go to close and apply. So with this, all the information is transmitted to Power BI. Remember that we were cleaning up all the information in Power BI, where we are going to import all the information and clean it. This is structured, organized information. This is information that we downloaded from the World Bank, from the website of the World Bank. So if you need to download more information from here, you just add the information now from 2014, 2013, and different years that you may want to. And here I can also apply changes, and the information will be updated. The information updated, you can upload it and download it, and then you will have it all updated. The other file that we downloaded was this one. I just replace it, and then Power BI immediately will detect the information. Now here we have it here. We have the population, the world population. If we go to the data, and now you will see that the data are separated in 4 columns. And now we have 1,310. There were 1,320 rows. And now here is the information. Here you can explore here the years. You can see the acronyms of the countries, name, and also the population once more. We just separated into thousands. Remember that we do this procedure in Power BI, not in Power Query. And now everything is ready to analyze. But let's assume that we want to make some changes. If we go here, get back to the original data, and here I'm going to add a new column. So just highlight in the column 2019, copy and paste it here to the right. So here we have the 2020 column, only this one. The next one will be deleted immediately. So remember that this is just a copy. It's just a copy only. Now before saving it, let's do this. So get back to Power BI. I'm going to create here a chart. I'm going to create a table, and here first I close this filters column, and then I expand this table, and in it I'm going to apply the years. I have the years. And you see that the years are already in values, but I don't want them to be in values. So I get in here, and from here I order not to add it, because if I do, the years will disappear. So now I would like to see the population of each of these years, of these 265 countries that we have there. Okay, so just review this now. If I go now to Excel and save the information and update the changes, and I created the column 2020, then I get back to Power BI, and in Power BI I'm going to refresh the whole information. Now you see that the information is refreshed, and now here you have the information of 2020. Remember that this is a copy, that's why we have the same numbers. But this was possible thanks to, in Power Query, we made the cancellation and minimized some columns. But remember that when we highlighted only these two. And also we try with this option that it says and pivot other columns. We made it in the other way, otherwise we couldn't do this. This is the best option then when you need to do this thing of numbering the columns. So we have added information here. I close it here too. And now I have new information, a new table that allows me to see information from the years and the population worldwide per year. What else can I do with this? Let's put it over here. Here I'm going to place it here in this little card, and here I'm going to type the world population, that is all this. And here I go to format to change it a little bit, to change its properties. And here I'm going to change it into no one, so I can expand this a little more, and I can reduce the font because it's too big. And ready. So I have the world population here completely. Now I have a table per year according to the population, and also I can change the style with the format, and I can apply more convenient. So there it is. So here I have the population per year. I could also create a world map, since you already know the word. So here I'm going to place the name of the countries. And here I'm also going to put the population numbers that we have in each country. There it is. Good. Now I'm going to place in colors the countries. I'm going to add the country codes in legend. And now there you have it immediately in colors. And now what I'm going to do is go to format, to this roller. I'm going to change the legend. I'm going to delete the legend. Remember, this is at the top, this one that you see here, this little color dotted. And I just wanted to see the bubbles, but I can remove them. So also the title, I'm going to center, put it in the middle too. And ready. And also I would like to have the bubbles bigger. And ready. So these are the changes that I'm going to do so far. Well, so now I'm going to create a new icon that will allow me to indicate the name of the country and show it to me immediately. Why? Because there are too many countries, so I need to type it in here. So the icon is not ready here. It's not selected by default. So what we may need is to import one icon. So I open this and obtain more visions, and then again get more visions, and here I will have a new window open, and in this window there is like the gallery of Power BI to search for more icons that are not found and that are here by default. So I click on the all option, and here I'm going to type this search. This is the one that I need. So I made a mistake. I add it with this magnifier, and now it says it's ready, and click OK. So here it is. So I highlight it with a click, and now I have it here. Just place it here, and here I'm going to add the names of the countries. There it is. So for instance, if I type Colombia as it is, as you know the whole name, then double click, and now it's locating where is Colombia. And now if I type here Ecuador, is searching for Ecuador and then found Ecuador. Remember that you need to type the names as the names exist. Okay, so if I delete again, I click on this little eraser and shows me back all the information. So remember that this icon was taken from more visualizations. So now I'm going to change the format again. Now what we're going to see is that the headings will be placed in the middle. Very good. This is concerning the title. You can change the color too. The color of the heading. So let's change it into another one. So what else can I do? For instance, a shadow to outstand more this icon. Also, we can add another color too. This one too, but it may disappear the text. Let's find another one. Yes, maybe this one. So I can place more. I can add more opaque effect or just the full color. Maybe a little bit opaque. So here I have it. So this is a searcher, an icon that I downloaded from the gallery itself that Power BI has. So this icon that I have here also is showing up in the lower part of the icons. So if you want then to have it above, whenever I have a file, then you won't need to go searching to do that. Just right click and click on your new home. So just place within the panel of two icons. So just click here and this icon will be added here. So for the next session, you will have this already too. You won't need to repeat that again. So if you repeat it again, you will have this window and you click OK. And now everything is placed down. Now I place it here so that I can keep it there permanently. So you can do that with all the icons. Remember that you can get in here and then you obtain more visualizations. So as long as we are going to develop more information in the course, we will obtain more information about that. So here is a topic. And now let's do this. Here, let's add another title here at the top. Let's go to insert and here we'll activate text box. Here I have it. Let's put it here to the top. It's like a heading. And here you have the box where you can add the type of text. You can also use the type, the size of font, bold, italic, underline, and alignments. And also you have more format text box around here. Here are their properties, where it says general, another one it says general, and so on. So let's type some title here. And here we're going to add this. Let's put it in caps. And now let's type each one of them in caps. And now I highlight them all. I'm going to center alignment, and maybe increase the font size. And here I'm going to change the color. Let's apply this one too. And apply bold effect. And also change the type of font. Click out. And now you may see how it is. This is just one heading. When you need to apply to headings, you will have this. What else? So this browser that we have here can be located here at the top. And this population at the margin too. The world map is pretty well, looks nice. And here almost everything that is showing me how much is quoting each country. Maybe I should add another of countries here too. And here I'm going to create another slicer here at the top corner. So I select this slicer again, click, and here I'm going to add the years. So I place here the years. If we have it like this, just remember, click on this arrow and mark the list option. And that's how you obtain the years of this way. If you would like to add the rollers, then you will apply orientation from vertical to horizontal. Maybe you need to expand it a little more. We take out this title that it says year here, and where it says slicer header, we turn it off, and we can also change the colors in white, and here for the text we can use this one. Good. So in the same way, it could be possible that we can change the color of this part. For instance, we will be applying this and just put it here in full, but the title will be different, will be in white. Good. So you see, now we're doing this. The amounts will change too, because we are going to add a shadow effect as well. There it is. There's no necessary to add this. And there you have it. So the same way we can do this here. We change in the column, the upper part, we had this color, but the total, let's change it into this color. There it is. So everything must look nicer. If you are saving a style with the color and letters. And this one, I could investigate here this topic here, and if I search, I have the information here from Chile. But remember, it's showing me the information from the previous 5 years, from 2015. And now it says that the population was 17 millions and more. And here I also have it in this little table, and it's showing me in this map. If I get closer, I can have also the same information from Chile. Now again, I want to have all the information again back. Click here, and here I'm going to delete this with this eraser, and now it's showing me back all the countries. So now you're going to change the name. Here we're going to add the main area, and now you can make a copy of this. So let's just make a copy of it. Right button, we multiply by 2, but in this second one, as an example, I'm going to select this map, and this map I'm going to change this map instead of this one. And here I have another map, but remember that here I need to change some points. Well, now it's immediately colored. The other one showing me the information in bubbles, you see, but the next one is showing me the information like this. So the name will be billet map. So I just place the name here. That's the name of the map. So if I select this, highlight it all, it will show me that the locations have the name of the country, the code of the country, and also again in tooltip there is the population. If I select here, let's suppose will be around here, Bolivia, and I click OK. Well, I've found Bolivia. Because I need more information from 2019. It was 11 million and more inhabitants. So I close here to show all the countries. Now I have only year 2018 that belongs to more than 80 million people. For instance, I get back there. I'm going to save all this information. Now let's get back to File Save. And here we're going to choose number 5 around here. Number 5. And here we analyzed population total. And now we save it all in the same folder where we edited and save. I know it's already saved because of the name we have at the account. But if I go to the folder, I can find it there already. Remember that we were working for this from this Excel that is open. So Excel will have any change, then Power BI will also have changes. So I have both files. This is the source file, remember, this is the original, the source, and this is the file that has the Power BI information. So now let's find out the size. For instance, if we get closer, you will see that the weight is this. If we go to the next one, it says that this one has more weight. Why? Because the information has increased in rows. But here in the previous one we have less rows. But as long as we are working, this one will be reduced little by little. And there's another information also that came from the internet. So it's basically like compressed. It's an Excel file. Okay, so here I can publish it, and here published. And remember that here your account must be activated also with your current. And now here you have the population total file. It will open immediately the connection all together with my account that I have in the Power BI file. I'm ready. And now I decided my workspace. So I'll speak more later. Here you will go to my workspace and select. Now it's publishing all the information. And meanwhile, I'll go to internet. And in Google, I'm going to type Power BI. I enter to the first option. I click opening session. Here I have many accounts for Power BI. You may choose the one that you are using and start the session. Once you start, open your account. If you can find it, you go to this option. You will go to Power BI services. But the most important is to enter to this account. If for any reason you have the language changed, sometimes in my case it changes into English, it's because I usually work with these two languages. So it's good to change here. You have 3 points to the left, to the right corner. You click on configuration and then settings, and then here with the clock you may choose the reverberation. So here I'm going to highlight this one. I'm going to highlight the language of your preference, and here I'm going to change this immediately. Here, as soon as you're working with this, go back to home, and from home I'm going to select this part that it says my workspace, and here we define what we have uploaded. Remember that it's uploaded twice. You have here this little barrel. This is the information in Power BI that is already published in the cloud. And this one, all the 1,300 or 1,572 data of rows. This is the data set. Here is the orange one, and the blue one is obviously the reports created. So this one as this one too. So if we're moving forwards and click on number 5 in the blue color, here we have the same information that we've been working with Power BI desktop. So here we have the second map, and here's the first map at the beginning up in home ribbon. So I can share with the company's organization. I mean, all those that have the same domain, maybe they can use the same email address that you are using here. In my case, this is the domain that I'm highlighting. So I get back to share. And in here, I have the options to share through a link, through Outlook, through email, or also through Teams. Then I'm going to copy this link, and here it is. There is the link, and you can click on all of those who have a Power BI account, and that also belongs to the company where you're working at. It couldn't be to any third person. It should be to the same domain as you have. So you just forward it through email, through WhatsApp, whatsoever. So when they open and click on this link that they are sharing, this link, then they will need to open their Power BI account. Then they will be able to see it as you see now. But this is just a copy in what they are having, because the original will be with you always. So with this, we discuss our second topic, the cleaning of information in Power Query. We developed some charts we uploaded to our Power BI account. We'll see you in the next video.